Hi everyone, my name is Rosika and welcome back to my channel Learn with Rosika. In the previous video, we have seen chapter 2 Polynomials exercise 2.1, and in this video, we will be solving question number 1 of exercise 2.2. So here we start. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficients. Now we have already understood what zeros mean in our previous video. So here we can directly start. First of all, let us understand the relationship between zeros and the coefficients. If alpha and beta are zeros of a quadratic equation, then alpha plus beta will give you minus b by a and alpha beta will give you c by a, where b, a and c are quadratic equations. How do we write a quadratic equation? X square plus bx plus c, which means a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the coefficient of x to the power 0. And alpha beta are the roots of this quadratic equation. So this is the relationship, and when we find zeros in this exercise, those zeros are actually alpha and beta, that is the roots of the equations, and b, a, c, a, these are the coefficients. So first we have to find the zeros and then we have to find the relationship between coefficients and the zeros. To solve this equation, first we have to factorize it by splitting the middle term. How do we do that? We take the last number, that is 8, and find its factors. What are its factors? That is 2, 4 and 1. And from these factors we will choose two numbers which on addition or subtraction will give us b, that is the coefficient of x, and in multiplication it will give us c, that is 8 in this case. Okay, so what are those two numbers? 4 and 2 in this case. So 4 minus 2 is your 2. And why are we using minus over here? Because the sign before the last number, that is coefficient of x to the power 0, is minus. So what do we do over here? We take minus. Now next what we have? 4 into 2 is 8. So these are my numbers. We write 4 minus 2 over here, x minus 8. And always remember, whenever you split the middle term, you always write the greater number before and the lesser number after it, so that it is easier to solve or it will lead to the correct answer. Next, let us open the brackets. Minus into minus is plus, 2x and minus 8. Over here, we will take pair of both the elements and find out the common between them. Here we have x common and here we have 2 common, that is x minus 4. Keep it in mind that when you factorize these quadratic equations, the element that you get inside these brackets should be same, that is x minus 4 and x minus 4 in this case. Otherwise, you will not be able to take these common in the next step, that is x minus 4 and x plus 2. See, here you have got two different elements, and this is how you factorize any quadratic equation. Next, you will equate each of this element with 0, which will give us x equals to 4, and x plus 2 equals to 0 will give us x equals to minus 2, which are the zeros of this quadratic equation. Since we have received the zeros, now we will check the relationship between them, or the relationship between zeros and the coefficients. Here we have alpha equals to 4, beta equals to minus 2. Alpha plus beta equals minus 4 minus 2, that is 2, which is 2 minus 1. And alpha beta equals 4 into minus 2, which is minus 8. Now here we will verify the relationship between these two. Now we have received 2 by 1 over here, And when we calculate minus b by a, we will get minus into b over here is minus 2. So we'll write minus 2 and a is 1. So the ultimate answer we get is 2, which is same as this one. So the relationship is verified. For alpha beta, it is c by a, which is again c is minus 8. So we will write minus 8 by 1, which will give us minus 8, and which is same as alpha beta. So here we have verified that alpha plus beta equals minus b by a and alpha beta equals c by a. Moving towards next question. Here in this case, it is always better to keep the coefficient of s square as 1 for the ease of calculation. So we will take 4 as common, which will give us s square minus s plus 1 by 4. By taking 4 common, here 1 by 4 we can split it into two factors, that is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, which on addition will give us 1, and in multiplication it will give us 1 by 4. That is, when multiplied it is giving us 1 by 4, and on addition it is giving us 1, which is the coefficient of s. So we will be taking these two factors for splitting. Half plus half. Since these are the same numbers, doesn't matter which one you write before. Okay. And s square minus half s, plus into minus is minus, half s plus 1 by 4. Next you have s common from these two, s minus half, and here you have half common, s minus half. Here we are writing minus inside the bracket because when you solve it, when you open it, see, you will get minus half s, and minus into minus plus half into half is 4. That's how you have to play with the signs. Next, we will complete it by taking s minus half common from here, and what we are left with is s minus half again. S minus half equals 0, which will give us s equals to plus half. Again, s minus half equals to 0, which will give us s equals to half. That means zeros are half and half, both the same numbers. Now we have to verify alpha plus beta, that is half plus half, equals 1, which we can also write in the form minus of minus 1 by 1. That is minus 1 here, it is minus 1, it is b, and 1 is a. So this is minus b by a. Again we have alpha beta, which is equals to half into half, which is 1 by 4. Here we can write it in the form 1 by 4 by 1, which is again your c by a. And here we have verified the relationship. Here again we will keep x to the power x square with coefficient 1, and here we will have first of all, let's rearrange. Since the power x with power 1 is in the last position over here, let us rearrange this. X square minus 7x, we are writing 7x before, and minus 3 after 7x. Okay, now we will take 6 as common. X square minus 7 by 6 into x minus 3 by 6. Okay, so this will further be divisible. 3 to 2 is 6. Now let me write this equation. Now a number, when multiplied, it will lead to half. That means we can add 3 into 3, or we can write it in the form 1 by 3 into 3 by 2. This is just trial and error. Okay, when we cancel out this 3, we will get half. And let us see, when we subtract the numbers, 3 by 2 minus 1 by 3 is 2 into 3 is 6, and 9 minus 2 is 7 by 6. So we got the numbers. So the number that we have to use is 3 by 2 and 1 by 3. Let us take those numbers, 3 by 2 and 1 by 3. Next we have x square minus 3 by 2x minus into minus is plus 1 by 3x minus half. Now we will take common x minus 3 by 2, and here, okay, we will take 1 by 3 common, and when we take 1 by 3, it will give us 3 by 2 over here, because when we multiply 3 and 3 cancel out and we get half. So we get into the equation final is x minus, we take x minus 3 by 2 common, and what we get is x plus 1 by 3 over here. So to find zeros, what will we do? We will equate these two. We will equate these two part with 0. So first one is 3 by 2, and the second one is x equals to minus 1 by 3. So we got two zeros over here. So zeros equal to 3 by 2 and 1 by 3. Now when we verify it, alpha plus beta should be minus b by a equals alpha plus beta equals which is your minus b by a, that is minus of minus 7 by 6, which is your b over here, minus 7 by 6, and a is 1. Next we will verify alpha beta equals c by a, which is 3 by 2 into 1 by 3, that is your minus half, which is your c by a. And in this case, what is c? It is minus half, and a is your 1. So here we verify both the relation. Next we have fourth, that is 4u square plus 8u. Now over here, what we can do is the same way. What we will do, we will take the common. So here we can take not only 4 but also u as the common, as we have u on both the elements, and we get u plus 2. That is 4u into u is your 4u square, and 4u into 2 is your 8u. Now here, as we have already received two elements, and factorization is not needed in this case because we don't have the third element over here. So we can directly equate u with 0 and u plus 2 with 0, which will give us u equals to minus 2. So in this case, zeros are 0 and 2. Minus 2. Now we will verify alpha plus beta equals alpha is your 0 plus beta is your minus 2. So this will give us minus 2. That is, when you convert it in the form of your question, that is right, we already have minus, and b over here is plus 8 and a is 4. So 4 into 1 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8. So ultimately it will lead us to minus 2. And we have alpha beta, that is 0 into minus 2, which is your 0. Why is it 0? C by a, this is b by a, minus b by a, sorry. And c by a, why this is 0? Because c equals to 0 in this equation. That's why c by a is 0 and alpha into beta is 0. Hence verified. And we'll move to next question. This is also a very easy question. What you have to do is you have to directly equate it with 0, since this is the only term with the variable t for which we need to find 0. So t square equals to 15. Again t equals to root over of 15, this, and we will have to write here plus minus. Okay. Why plus minus is required? Because 2 square is 4. In this case, there are two possibilities. One is plus 2 whole square will be your 4. Again, minus 2 whole square is also 4, because minus into minus would be your plus. So, when we take out root 4, answer of root 4, it would be plus and minus 2. That is, it can be plus 2 or it can be minus 2. So the same way here, what we are doing is we are converting it. See, when we are trying to find out the answer of t square, here t square is 15. We already know the value of t square, but t square, which is 15, but it might be t or plus t whole square or minus t whole square. So when we write the value of t, if t square is 15, what is t? It is root 15, right? So it might be plus root 15 whole square, which will give us 15, this one, when we square it, or minus root 15 whole square, which will again give us this 15. Okay, so we have to take plus minus. I hope I was able to make you understand this. So the zeros over here is plus 15 and minus 15. Let us verify. Alpha plus beta equals 15 plus minus 15, which is your root 15, minus root 15, which is your 0, which is your minus b by a. And we can clearly see over here that t square minus 15, we don't have any t to the power 1 term over here. That means b equals to 0. Alpha beta root 15 into minus root 15. That means minus root 15. That means we have over here root 15 into root 15 is 15, and we have a sign minus. So c by a, which is minus 15 by 1. So here we can see c equals to minus 15 and a equals to 1, which will give us minus 15 into 1. So here this is also verified. The last one we have is 3x square minus x minus 4. Here again we will take 3 as common, which will give us 1 by 3x minus 4 by 3. Here again we will take two numbers, which will lead us to 4 by 3 when multiplied and 1 by 3 when subtracted. So okay, 1 by 3. So we got 4 by 3 when multiplied and 1 by 3 when subtracted. Let us take these two numbers, x square minus, what are the numbers? 4 by 3 minus 1. Next step, we will open the bracket. 3x minus into minus is plus x minus 4 by 3. We will take common. Here we get x common, so x minus 4 by 3 plus 1 common, x minus 4 by 3. And we get x minus 4 by 3 and x plus 1 as the two elements from which we will find zeros. We have x minus 4 by 3 equals to 0, which will give us x equals to 4 by 3, and x plus 1 equals to 0, which will give us x equals to minus 1. We have alpha equals to 4 by 3, beta equals to minus 1, alpha plus beta equals 4 by 3 plus minus 1 is your 1 by 3, which is your minus b by a. How do we get that? B is your minus 1 by 3 and a is 1. So we get minus into minus plus and 1 by 3. Again, alpha beta equals to 4 by 3 into minus 1, which is your minus 4 by 3, which is your c by a. Here we have c equals to 4 by 3 minus 4 by 3, as we can see over here, and a equals to 1. Here we verified. We will meet again in the next video for the next question of exercise 2.2, that is question number 2. So till then, stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and bye bye.